Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, I'm glad you're here. Real quick, I want to say thank you to all the channel members. I want to say thank you to anyone who's come in to check out the knife, the EDC content. And just thank you for all you guys who take time to watch the content, to stop by. If you like it and you're so inclined, if you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon down there, it'll really help me out, and I appreciate it. So today I'm going to do a short blade battle between the Bestech, formerly Evolved EDC Syn, and the Vero Axon. And we're going to look at several different categories. We're going to look at the price, the materials, the fit and finish, the action, the ergonomics, carry, the lockup, availability, that means are they available, aesthetics, how's it look, very subjective, the sliciness and durability, and value, overall value of the two knives. So the Bestech Syn and the Vero Axon are both OEM'd by Bestech knives. Bestech came up and finalized the Bestech Syn. It started out as a project and design by Evolved EDC. I don't know what happened, but Bestech ended up taking over the design. And then we have the Vero Axon, which is also a Vero engineering knife, OEM'd by Bestech. And we're going to take a look at both of them. So looking at price, the Vero Axon comes in at $225 on Vero's site. This is the liner lock. And the Bestech Syn is available at a couple of different dealers for $279. So on price alone, the Vero is going to come in a little bit lower at $225, but that's just basically a what we'll call just a fixed number that we'll look at. What it's going to do is it's going to determine what our value is here. So this isn't really a category. It's just kind of showing us what our two prices are. Now let's take a look at the materials and see which one of these comes out on top. So the Vero Axon is a beautiful Wharncliffe blade, sheep's footy blade, micarta handle, titanium clip, titanium liners. You've got an M390 blade, ball bearing actions, ball bearings or ceramic ball bearings. And the Bestech Syn, you have same micarta handles. You do have a titanium bolster, and you do not have a liner lock. You have a bolster lock. So you've got this concealed frame lock or this bolster lock. So this is micarta, titanium clip, titanium frame, titanium bolsters. Then you've got your micarta. Then you've got this LMAX blade that is also a sheep's foot, but a deep hollow grind. So you're looking at M390 LMAX, a full liner lock, titanium, and a bolster lock. So for me, I think the materials on this particular category are going to go to the Syn. Fit and finish. That's another one where we look at how everything goes together, how everything centers up. Both of these center up perfectly. You've got, again, a beautiful LMAX hollow ground blade. Perfect fit and finish on these micarta inlays or onlays, since you've got this frame and this either concealed frame lock or bolster lock. Perfect displacement between the pivots. They both step up exactly the same. Nice back spacer. Nice bored out lanyard hole. This one you have the same, very even displacement between the two. Very, very tight between the micarta scale and the back spacer. Guys, fit and finish, both of them are outstandingly done. If I'm looking at both of them, and again, this kind of goes back to materials, it's more impressive to me, the fit and finish, when you've got the bolster versus the full scale. However, you've got the concealed frame. I'm going to let this one go to nobody. I'm going to let this one kind of be a push, because I think the fit and finish is pretty tight between both of them. So let's talk about action. Action is going to be how it deploys, how it closes, how the detent is. Is the detent snappy? So this is a drop shut knife with a very deployable knife. So you got a top flipper, you've got this indentation for the blade flipper, and then you've got the reverse flick. Action, is very good. Now let's look at the Syn. The Syn's got the bolster lock, it is just a flipper. It does not have a front flipper. Guys, the Bestech Syn is going to get it. The Bestech Syn has more pop. It has less bounce on the drop. Both fantastic knives, both on ceramic bearings. But I think when you're looking at pure action, snap, Bestech Syn is going to get it. Ergonomics. How does the knife feel in the hand? Very similar handle profiles. Both very, very sweet. And I can tell you right now, this is going to be won by the Bestech Syn. The reason it is very simply, they both have rounded corners. They're both contour frames. This one's more of a smooth contour, where this one's more of a bevel. But the killer is the pocket clip. So the Bestech Syn's clip is flat with no little spoon coming out. And then you've got the Vero Engineering that does have that pretty pronounced spoon that I can feel in my hand pretty substantially. So believe it or not, ergonomics are going to the Syn. So carry. How does this thing go in and out of pocket? Syn goes in very well. You got deep carry to about right here. The Vero has a much tighter clip. I can't get it out of my pocket. I've kind of got it stuck. Hold on. On my 511 pants where I'm wearing now, on the Bestech Syn, it came all the way up. On my Vero Axon, it came to about right here where the clip starts to taper, and it was much stiffer getting it in and out of the pocket. They both feel in the pocket very similar because the profiles are the same. You do feel that pointy clip again on the Vero comes back to kind of take another little bit away from it, but the carry unfortunately is going to have to go to our Vero as well. So lock up. You're about 35% locked up on the bolster lock there. 50 or 60% locked up on the frame lock. Both of them are locked up very good. You do have more positive meat there in the bolster lock at 33%, where you've got more like 50-60% on the liner lock. They both lock up very, very well. Both very safe knives. Vero locks up a good bit deeper, about over 50%. I like the lockup of the Syn being better, but I'm not going to take a point away from the Axon, so I'm going to give that a push. So availability. So what I did is I went to Vero's website, and it was the only place that I could find the liner lock Axon, and they are in stock. They are available. So this knife is available, and they continue to do runs of this knife. The Bestech Syn is available at a couple of retailers. Knife Center has it. Blade HQ has it. I'll leave a link to Blade HQ because they have this exact one, the Bestech Syn. However, I do not think they're going to be making more Bestech Syns because, again, it was a Beyond EDC project. Something happened between the designer and the OEM. I don't know what that was. Bestech ended up taking over the project. So, availability, they're both available now. They're both available, I think, in pretty decent numbers. I think the difference here and what's going to be the determining factor is the Axon liner lock is a knife that they're going to continue to produce. Joseph's going to continue to sell them. River's Edge Cutlery, I'm sure, will sell them. Aesthetics. One of the most subjective categories in the knife world. Which one looks better? Some people are going to really like the Syn. I think that's one of the only drawbacks of the Syn are the humps in the blade. Even though they're very effective, they're very good for what they do. Let's see here. So the humps are great in the ergonomic department. To me, the Axon, I like the look of the bolster lock, but I think the Vero Axon, between these two knives that are very, very similar, I think this knife, in my opinion, has more pleasing aesthetics, just because some people, I think, might find the blade a little bit off-putting. So I'm going to give aesthetics to the Axon, even though it's very subjective. So sliciness is going to come down to, we're going to cut a couple of pieces of paper, see which one cuts better. I can tell you, if the Bestech Syn does not win this category, I'll be very surprised, because again, this is a deep, hollow ground LMAX blade that is considerably thinner than this flat ground M390 blade. But let's just find out. Well, guys, I am surprised, and I think it's just because it's got a little bit higher grit finish on it. The Bestech made Axon definitely goes through the paper cleaner. I am going to guys, that's why you don't judge a book before you test it. I would have thought and bet money that the Syn would have been a lot slicier. Now the blade geometry overall may be better. I don't know that. I know I've not sharpened this knife. I think I have sharpened this knife. Sliciness, I'm going to give it to the Axon just because I think it cuts better. Even though this has probably got better blade geometry. Durability. Which knife is going to be more durable? And this is going to be a case where I don't think we have a winner, because although I think the frame lock / bolster lock may be a sturdier locked up knife than the liner lock, the materials and the basic build elements of these knives, they're both substantial knives. Neither one of them I would consider hard use. The Syn does have thicker blade stock. Durability on these two guys is going to be a wash. I don't think we have one knife that's going to pose much stronger, much more usable. I think they're both very similar in the durability range. And I think that's both very good EDC durability, but it's not going to be your cold steel hard use durability. So here's where we have to figure out what's our best value. Which knife gives you more bang for the buck? Again, this could be subjective, but I'm going to try to break it up objectively. And that's when you look at these two knives, there are two major differences. One, you've got an Elmax blade with a deep belt satin hollow ground, and you got a belt satin flat M390 blade. The Elmax, my understanding, in my opinion, is a better value than the M390. However, this is a little bit more expensive knife. So you've got $279 versus $225. So what's that? $53 difference, so roughly $50. I think the killer here is you've got this very refined titanium bolster lock over a full titanium liner lock, which to me, I think for $53 to have a bolster lock, a hollow grind, and Elmax steel is a better value. Guys, that's my opinion. Let me know if you think that's different than, a lower price $225 model with M390 full liners, titanium, and micarta scales versus Elmax, thicker blade stock, hollow grind. Guys, I have to give that to our Bestech Syn. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming out to 3 on the Axon. All of them very close. Neither one of these knives is going to be thought of as any kind of loser. They both carry very well. The Vero does have a tighter clip. That clip's kind of been something that's been, just one of those things that is not the best part of a Vero in my opinion. And the Syn Beyond EDC or Evolved EDC's design is just fantastic. Both great knives, both same size knife. They'd fit the same void in a collection, and I love them both very much. Sharpening choils are done very well on both of them. Nice blade steel, nice materials. Both OEM'd by Bestech, and they've done a good job, Bestech, on both of these knives. Guys, thank you for taking the time to watch. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you're so inclined, hit that subscribe button. If you're so inclined, give me a thumbs up. Most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.